Can you hear me now? Good. Empress Dannie here, back with another episode of the Daily Grind. You already know I'm pouring. Yeah, I hear rain pouring. All my cars is foreign. We're thinking about that, right? Pouring you up a nice hot cup of joe. Gonna get your day off to a bright, beautiful start. Let's check in for today's messages. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me know how that volume is for you. Check one, right? My mic sounds nice. Check two, right? Baby, there's one thing I mentioned. Me and her. La 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 la. See, she's no competition. Tell her, jump through her, and then love me, and that's totally. And you're dedicated to me. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own feet. You got me bugging, boy. Maybe that song is significant. Maybe there's something. She said she's no competition, so there's no competition. Now, I was in meditation picking up the energy of some sort of a release, but like having to let go of something because there's something you're being offered. This is like you could be offered a new position. What do you need to let go of, right? That could change your schedule, your way of living, your way of life. Sometimes what we need to let go of has more so to do with like our mindset. Maybe this is like letting go of what could be like throwing things together in order for a more perfect way, right? It's giving a more perfect union. In order to form a more perfect union, there could certainly be something about that is the preamble to the Constitution. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, okay? So this could be in order to make the partnership or the way you're relating to something better, right? This could be like, oh, it's time for an image upgrade, or this could have to do with like presentation, right? Maybe I want to use, instead of just writing, I'm going to have a special binder. Look at this. This is the card that was when to sign out. I'm going to leave it in, but letting go. Time for release is what it says. Just wanted you guys to see that as confirmation, okay? We're releasing something, but it doesn't feel like it's just for the sake of releasing. It feels like it's because whatever we're receiving, what we're letting go is going to make it better. Sometimes this is like letting go of friends who are, maybe kind of like not for this phase of the journey of life. Red, safety, strength, and power. And then we have what? Leadership. Answer the call. I told you guys I felt like a leadership role or something, right? This could certainly be like you could be getting promoted in some way. Sometimes this is not even necessarily physical, it's spiritual, where you could be given more spiritual power. And I don't know why we think like with more rights comes more responsibility. So it's almost like how some of you could be asking that question of spirit, in order for me to do right by this role or this power that you are giving me, this love that you have shown me, greater spiritual expression or ability, so that I can be secure in that. What do I need to do to protect that, right? Which can be, again, things or ways that we need to get rid of, even mindsets, right? It could also be things that we need to tighten up, right? Be more disciplined about. When it's leadership, right? We have to demonstrate, we have to be the example. So it could be like that, right? Need to maybe do this so that I'm a good leader, right? To secure or to protect my role as a leader in some sense, okay? Burn, baby, burn. Let's get a food card, shall we? Oh, young Scoop. Ice cream taste my ice cream. And look what we have. This was our card yesterday, the King of Sweets, okay? So we got a piece of the pie. But whatever this is, look, we got a scoop to go with it, okay? I ain't gonna lie, this feel like something is a treat. This could be information, leadership, okay? This can mean that you're getting a piece of information, you're getting some sort of information, you're getting, I don't know, it could be the tea, a scoop. I think about the scoop, right? That ice cream gonna melt, right? So it's something that you have to get it down in a reasonable amount of time, okay? So this could have to do with like how long we allow things to sit or to linger, right? How long we keep things or people holding or waiting. This could even have to do with like holding on to things that are no longer serving, right? It's soft serve, but if it's too soft, right, then what does it serve? It just makes a mess, okay? So there could be something of that nature, right? This could even be dealing with emotions, right? Mushy, right? I'm melting. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, it kind of gives the energy of like, you know how in relationship, like you want romance or what could be like mushy gushy, but you don't want like, don't be so soft that there could be something like that, right? Like, you know, like be malleable, be flexible, but not, it could be like not a pushover, also not a whiny needy, right? Like whatever that is, it's like, we gonna see, okay? And this can just be like, be flexible, right? With the scoop, it's, I don't know, it's just kind of giving like, when the sun's out, be refreshing, right? Be refreshing, offer enjoyment. This can, I don't know why, that could have, for some of you, there could be something about kids, right? When there's kids, like, be enjoyable, right? Be an example could be what that is, right? And this could be like, I don't know why it's giving like daytime, nighttime personas, if you will. Light side, shadow side, right? Leadership, right? Be an example to what could be like the kids. Um, but when it's time, right? It could just be like, you know, lighten up in a sense. And I feel like that makes sense where it makes sense for who, like in the ways that it needs to. Okay. Peacock. Peacock. Are you shaking your tail feather, right? Peacock always gives a very glorious energy. I love it. Lots of eyes, okay? So you could be getting lots of attention in one way or another today. Peacock, though, is usually pride. So the attention is usually because of it just looks different. Its colors are different. Like, this could even be different perspective. Deer, okay. I don't know why. That's kind of, it's not necessarily an opposite energy, but this is like, deer is very innocent. This could be like people who don't know are watching you. This could also be like, you don't know how many eyes, how many, like, deer is kind of like, you think about deer in headlights, right? Like, you don't see the headlights until, like, oh. This is kind of giving like, you don't know how many people is looking at your feathers. I don't know why something feel like you are like, deer really gives me a naive energy. While I don't feel like you're naive, I feel like in terms of the amount of pride perhaps that you should have because of perhaps how many eyes are on you, that's where you're naive. Courageous is here. Something make me feel like I don't know if you're doing something that's bold, if you're stepping up into some sort of leadership role or you're taking some sort of bold action. Courageous is the card at the bottom of the deck. But it just feels like whatever that is with unique is getting a lot of attention. Something make me feel like, I don't know why, with Peacock, I feel like you're just different. So this doesn't feel, it's almost like to you, it doesn't feel like it's bold, but it feels like you're answering the call to leadership. And with the scoop, I ain't gonna lie, you could be serving in some way, like like giving it to people, like let me show you how it's done. And with Peacock, you just have pride in your uniqueness, who you are. But you don't know how many people I feel like are watching you serve. Like, it's what it feels like. But it's because, again, unique really goes along with Peacock because, like, the way you serve, you just different. I love and appreciate what makes me me, and I celebrate what makes me different. Just like a tree in nature, I don't try to be the same as everyone else. I am aware of my differences, and I appreciate the beauty and variety. After all, the world would be boring if we were all the same. So you be you, and I'll be me. Let's celebrate our individuality. I am unique. I am special. I am me. So that make me feel like, I don't know why, I just kind of feel, you used to yourself. You don't necessarily see yourself as different in the way that other people do because you've always known you. So, you know you better than anybody else knows you. So stuff that may be like that's bold or like that's awful cocky, peacock, right? Um, for somebody else, for that may be how they see it, but you might not see it like that. This is like, here you go, swinging right from this trapeze, right? But and everybody's like, oh my gosh, how much courage that must take. Like, you are something else. I hear Rihanna Rock's like, yeah, I see passion here. So this made me, I can't lie. I feel like the passion comes, yeah, they're self validated. And something makes me feel like you do what you feel. You do, like, where your confidence, like, you just unique. You do things differently than other people, and you have the confidence to do so. But your confidence is, it feels like it's very, I'm wanting to say the word unabashed. I feel like I need to look it up though. Maybe that's a good word for the day for us to look up. We'll talk about it on the next video, unabashed. But it feels like you're just, I don't really feel like this is something you do thinking about. I feel like it's just something you just sense to do. Oh, I'm gonna try this. And you don't really see it as like having the balls to try it. You just do because you're different. You like different things. While other people are like, how are you so secure? You feel that. Let's. Should we continue? Just a little bit longer. Please tell me you're going to. Yeah, that one wanted to fall off. That one, we literally wanted to. I saw the gift where it split. The house is here, and unexpected income is the card that fell out, which I saw several times in the shuffle, which I was like, I bet you that's the card that's gonna come. Okay. Um, Unexpected income, house. This could be a visitor. It could also be like unexpectedly receiving energy in any form in a certain house of your life. Okay. Um, this is kind of like getting play in a certain area. This could also be like your environment, online environment. I'm also getting like the house being like the heart. I wasn't expecting that to hit my heart or you to touch my heart. Again, you're doing something unique, something courageous. You're stepping up in some way, and you could be with the scoop getting. You could be getting some information, or I don't know why I'm getting this energy of serve, serve, serve. You're like dishing it up in what feels like this could be like I don't know why. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. This could certainly be securing something for you, and you could be getting something unexpectedly that you didn't even know you was getting, but it's because of the peacock aspect of you that is courageous and unique. The king of sweets, a slice, the scoop, a scoop, like it feels like some sort of promotion that you're getting that you're not expecting in a certain house of your life. So we're going to leave it there. We're going to go to Patreon. I hope that you'll join us. It's linked in the description box below. Otherwise, I'll see you all again soon. I love you. Bye for now.